Hello, everybody, and
You cut
welcome.
out during the intro. We were just joking about it. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You said, everybody. You said, everybody. Just because your circle is lighting up doesn't mean that you're not cutting out. If you have a pause that if you have a cutout and it's not a long enough pause, it won't the green won't go away.
Let's go away when I cut out though.
No, not if it's short enough.
When I go oh wow, that just cut entirely out after a minute.
Yeah.
Usually it'd be intermittent if I go it'll be like but it cut out all the way this time.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, guys, gals, non-binary pals.
Wait, really? Are we keeping it?
Yes, we're keeping this. Fuck yeah.
Cool.
If Ellie has a problem with it, Ellie will speak.
Ellie's opinion is all that we care about here on this fucking podcast.
Yeah, I mean, we care about our audience, and our audience is Ellie, so naturally...
Right, listen, Demigloom. It's time for some equivalent exchange, right? You don't have a say in this. I'm just simply stating that I'm giving before I take.
Okay.
I am going first. However, due to that fact, I will read the Ellie comment.
No, you don't get to make these executive decisions. What?
Yes, I do. Okay. Ellie says, Demi, your new PFP is really cute. Also, you didn't link that podcast with someone else's visuals in the description. Get fucked. My attention span is too small to type it out by ear without forgetting what I was doing. Fair enough. And
we didn't link the issue crew?
No.
You fucking dumbass. We were supposed to link the issue crew.
I didn't remember that shit. I think we just told her to look it up, and then she.
Riely, no, Riely. We literally don't remember that entire recording. There were so many things that we forgot. We forgot what the question
was. You were really tired,
was,
and I was really high. So
yeah, it was not great.
And Berserk, I've heard, is up my alley, but I haven't read it yet. I'm a big fan of Devilman, though, which inspired Berserk, I hear, so I'll have to read it eventually. Well, Ellie, if you want to start reading Berserk, there's no better time, because me and Jason's bi-weekly Berserk discussion series is coming soon, so you can read along with us.
Yeah, in middle school GSA with Felonious Ferris is coming soon. In your dreams, child.
Demi, we've literally already recorded the first episode. It is in the editing bay.
Yeah, so is middle school GSA with Felonious Ferris.
Yeah, but you scrapped them all because you're stupid and you won't just release the podcast you record.
Wait, no. I'm Riely. I release every single fucking audio recording that my voice is on. No quality control.
Why would you fucking throw out recordings that you made? Just put them out.
They are awful. They were not good enough. Middle school GSA is a big deal to me. I'm taking it
because you guys. It sucked so many times. Maybe it's not as good as you might think.
No. Listen, the first recording we did was amazing. Okay, but the fucking file's corrupted. Then no. Our second take, technically, but it was in one sitting. Take 2 of our first recording was phenomenal. But A, the fucking AC in our school that we recorded it in was very audible, and B, only my track survived. You could faintly hear Ferris talking in the background, but it was fucked. And then we recorded another one on Discord, and it was fucking ass, so we didn't release it.
What was so ass about it?
There was just a lot of yeah, and then
Demi, that's what editing is for. You're supposed to put out those ums and ahs to make it sound smooth. Every fucking professional podcaster ums and ahs. They just have more thorough editing.
Well, listen, there was a lot of ums and ahs, and the thing is, the premise of episode 1 of Middle School GSA was our queer backstory. So we were telling the same story again after we already did a week ago, and it just didn't work. We got to do something different for the pilot.
But yeah, we'll link Issue Crew in the description this time. Ellie,
Surely we will.
You better subscribe, damn it. We're going through all this effort for you. Tell Demi her visuals are better, and then subscribe anyway.
Yes.
And then let's get back to the comment here. And
All right.
listen, IDK why I landed on lawnmower. Fight me, Demigloom. I do not remember at all what that is referring to. Do you?
Lawnmower?
Something about a lawnmower.
Did
I
we?
assume there was
I
something in
remember.
the last episode or the last comment or something.
I know that we had a discussion about lawnmowers, and you said you've never used a lawnmower in your life. I don't know if that was on Omnitrix Radio or not, though.
Yeah, I think that might have just been privately.
Yeah,
But
probably.
hold on, now I'm too curious. Now I have to look at Ellie's last comment and
No!
Control F lawnmower.
Lawnmower.
I don't know why I said it like that. Lawnmower.
You need to laundry your money.
I need to launder my mower.
I remember when I first watched Breaking Bad when I was like 12. I didn't even know what money laundering was.
Saul Goodman taught you about money laundering.
Yeah, Saul Goodman taught me about money laundering. And I thought it was money laundry at first. She was like, money laundering. Like, like you could easily mistake that for money laundry.
Okay. The context I remember is Tetrax is referred to in the credits of the Hunted episode as hoverboard because I guess they didn't name him yet. And Ellie compared that to as if my name was lawnmower, and we questioned why lawnmower was what she went to.
And what was her response again?
Her response was I gotta pull the comment back up. She just said, and listen, I don't know why I landed on lawnmower. Fight me, Demigloom.
Okay. I will fight you, Ellie.
And oh god, I didn't even notice it reads like a stand-up routine. In, in my defense, though, y'all laughed, so I'm actually a really good stand-up comedian if you think about it for less than a second. Yeah.
It's true.
And then okay, so I'll read the action. She has actions in parentheses, but you can figure out what's actions. I don't have to specify. Turns on camera, walks to chair, sighs. I didn't want to have to make this video, but I'm sorry that you think I should be sorry. Starts crying about Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. Leans towards camera, turns it off. Okay, there's your apology. But in seriousness, you're right that Ben's characterization isn't too bad in Ultimate Alien. But there's specific episodes where his character takes a dumpster dive for no reason spread throughout the show. Like during the Escape from Agrigor, Map of Infinity, and UK arcs. Is it UK arc? they go to the UK in Ultimate Alien?
I wasn't aware of this.
Ben's characterization is pretty good, but there's like 2 episodes during all that where Ben is the most annoying little fucklet you've ever seen. Yes, we've all seen the fucking 3 Bens episode. We know. And past the first 3 arcs of Ultimate Alien, he goes back to regressing painfully after many great character moments, and even cheats on Julie more than once. It's wild.
Oh man.
I didn't know he cheats on Julie. Maybe I don't feel bad then, because I watched Omniverse, and he literally like accidentally breaks up with Julie, and I felt so bad. I'm like, that's fucked up.
I told you about that before you watched it on this podcast.
I remember.
It was really funny. He was playing his video game. He was like, "I never want to see you ever again." I relate to that in a very specific way.
The part I didn't think about, I was like, this isn't a logical episode premise, because you said she got a new boyfriend right away, as if this was like an immediate thing. But what actually happened...
No, it was a flashback.
Ben did this in a flashback and just was like, I wonder why Julie hasn't been talking to me lately. And then he sees her and sees her new boyfriend. And he's like, wait a minute. I thought we were dating.
It was literally like a Family Guy cutaway. Like, I wonder why she doesn't want to. I wonder why I'm not seeing her anymore. And it shows him going back.
Yeah.
Does the flashback. It's great. Every Ben 10 episode should have at least like 3 of those. Ben should be like, boy, this is worse than the time Gwen had sunscreen all over her face. And then it cuts to it. That's what we need. We need Ben 10 Family Guy, the new series. It's just like a fucking shitty like Family Guy ripoff, but it is a Ben 10.
All right. Also, Breaking Bad is like 1,000 episodes long, so I've got to get all my mental energy together if I'm gonna watch it someday. But I do plan to give it a. She said give it a goal at some point, but I think she meant give it a go at some point. I
Listen,
highly fucking recommend it, Ellie. I waited for years to watch Breaking Bad, even though everybody fucking told me it was amazing, and I waited for years and years, and I regret it so much because I should have watched Breaking Bad so long ago. It's fucking amazing. Do not wait.
just watch season 1, okay, and then make your decision on whether or not you want to like commit to it. And spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Once you watch season 1, you're gonna be hooked, and it's gonna fly by. So, I mean, I watched the whole series in like a week, but I also
Here's my thing, right?
I'm a loser.
Season 1, I understand why season 1 wouldn't hook too many people, like, or it would, but I understand why some people might not be hooked by it as much as the rest of the show. If you're
Yeah.
not, if you don't hate season 1, but you're not too hooked, do season 2. If you're not hooked by season 2, then obviously it's not for you. But season 2 is
Yeah.
fucking amazing. So yeah,
I don't know how it could not be for you.
yeah. The Breaking Bad is for
It's for everyone.
yeah. We really should be doing like Heisenberg Radio instead of Omnitrix Radio.
Heisenberg Radio.
Also, it's funny as fuck that you say, Ellie, you're a girl with pronouns, you know how to draw, because it's true. However, you've made a vital mistake. Well, it's true that trans masks and cis girls with pronouns can draw and have expensive tablets and think their art is bad. I can draw, use a mouse, and know my art is good. So you made some unfortunate assumptions.
Wait, did I say trans masks and cis women? I think I did. It's vagina havers, bro. Swear to God. All you fucking vagina havers have expensive drawing tablets. All of you motherfuckers are good at drawing.
Well,
at least all of them that are
genitalia, Demi.
Okay, well, listen. All I'm saying is that vagina havers who are terminally online, and we just established that Ellie isn't this exact stereotype. Ellie is an exception.
But I wonder how Ellie feels about the fact that like a solid third of this podcast that she listens to is about her.
Yeah, there's I don't know how I would feel if there was like just a podcast where people just bitched about like Demigloom.
You were a commenter and you were the only commenter, and they dedicated a significant part of the episode to talking about you and reading your comment.
Hey man, if anybody listening to this has a podcast or like a YouTube channel or something that like nobody watches or listens to, I will be your Ellie, okay? As long as
will become your Ellie.
As long as your content doesn't literally make me want to vomit. And trust me, it takes a lot to make me want to vomit content-wise. I mean, listen to the shit that I do with Riely. Yeah. I will be your Ellie. I'll become your Ellie. I will become Ellie's Ellie if she ever makes content.
Start a YouTube channel and you can become Ellie's Ellie.
Ellie, if you make any content, we will promote the shit out of it. We will be your Ellies.
That Ellie's made. There is some content linked here that we can talk about in a second.
Oh.
And while I regret to tell you that I simply can't be asked to draw Wojak Ben and Giga Chad tech tracks because it is pretty funny, I will show off my own art because I'm a prideful bitch. So here it is if you want to look, LOL, one of my OCs. So I'm going to go ahead and open this link and then I will send it to you.
And I will timestamp it and we'll put it on the screen. Fuck you, Riely. Give me server permissions. or just add a note. Just add a Craig note.
Hold on. I'm sending you the link because I'm going to forget if I don't. And then I'll put the Craig note in.
Okay.
If I can find it.
Let's take a look. Whoa. Who is this? Is this a character? It's one of her OCs. This looks fucking banger, bro. Is she like a... This
is very good.
Is she like a snake lady?
This was drawn with a mouse? Holy shit.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
It's really good.
I know artists that draw with like expensive shit and they draw worse than this. This is really good. I'm genuinely impressed. I'm glad we have I'm glad we have the respect of an amazing artist like you, Ellie.
Okay. Let me get back to it. Don't feel pressured to look at it. It was just a funny bit to say, fuck you, here's my work instead. Of course they were going to look at it, Ellie. You knew we were going to look at it. Don't be fucking...
Don't
Side
force the
note,
humility.
Side note, sorry that I'm showing off my stuff instead of drawing that stuff, but hear me out, lol. Petrosapiens are a bitch to draw. You have to think really three-dimensionally and shit. It sucks. Like, I tried sketching Diamond Head to see if I could, but I realized I would have to heavily reference and actually put in effort, so sorry, lol. Okay, here's the thing then. If you can't draw Petrosapiens, so you can't give us the Wojak Ben and Giga Chad Tetrax. You gotta fucking, just draw something. Draw something for us, it'd be cool.
Draw something, Ben 10.
Draw some Omnitrix Radio fan art.
If we get Omnitrix Radio fan art, my life will be complete. There's already Demigloom fan art. I thought my life would be complete with Demigloom fan art, but it wasn't.
No, it's gotta be Omnitrix Radio fan art. Also, I think they're an insane clown posse, so I think she agrees with you that that girl was a clown.
Yes.
Also, side note, that bad breath guy, you can't tell me he's not stronger than Vilgax. Dude has acid breath. He could turn Vilgax into a slushy. Power scalers, where you at? Get on this. Acid breath beats Alien X confirmed. And hey,
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? He might beat him. And hey, considering how Riely is acting, do you think he got his positive energy sucked out by Zombozo? That must be it. No other explanation. No plants involved. Nope. Also,
no plants involved.
No plants involved. Also, oh my god, I don't know what's true anymore. That's so funny, I'm dying. I don't remember in what context one of us said, I don't know what's true anymore.
I think she's saying she doesn't anymore because we keep on like saying like, yeah, this is the first recording.
No, I don't know. I did not clarify. I don't know what's true anymore is in quotes. So
quotations.
Something one of us said.
You're cutting out brutally, Riely. Speak again, please.
Hi, Demigloom.
And welcome everybody to the Demigloom Ben 10 podcast, the show where Riely isn't here.
Hi, Demigloom.
Oh, hey Riely, what's up?
God damn it! I think this is on your end, bitch.
Wait, did you just kick? Did Craig just leave?
No, Craig is here.
Oh, I just heard the diddle.
Because I left when you said I was cutting out.
Oh, well, it was very belated then.
Okay. Also, holy macaroni! I watched My Name Is Earl as a kid. I can't believe My Name Is Earl had a prison arc. Isn't that wild? Where's the Ben 10 prison arc? Ben 10 mid, My Name Is Earl goated. That's right. We should have just... Here's what we should have done. I've had a podcast I've wanted to do a My Name Is Earl / Raising Hope / all the other shows Greg Garcia's made podcast for a long time. And I planned to with my friend Atlas, but my friend Atlas just is not really interested in doing podcasts, so it never happened. We should have just started the Greg Garcia is a Genius podcast, me and Demigloom.
What would the My Name Is Earl version of Omnitrix Radio be? Earl Radio.
Earl Radio.
That just sounds so bad. List Radio.
Karma Radio.
Karma Radio. Yes, Karma Radio.
You should watch Raising Hope. It is great, and it's made by the same guy as My Name Is Earl.
I'll watch it when you watch Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay, bet.
Fuck yeah. All right.
All right.
Back to Ellie's comment.
Also, Jesus Jiminy Christmas fuck. I expected my comment to be shorter this time. This isn't even a selective disinformation moment. Why do I have more than 3 thoughts per episode? Help me. We're not going to help you because we like that you have so many thoughts. We're not going to help you to not have those thoughts.
We encourage autism here on Omnitrix Radio.
Hell yeah.
We like people like autistically obsessing over really weird things.
Like Ben 10.
Yes.
Well, there you go, folks. That's Ellie this week.
I think I just spent like so much of my life just around people with autism that literally like half of my friends over the years have been like autistic. So like I'm just subjected to so much autism throughout my life to the point where it's just like the norm for me in like friendships and relationships. So I say bring it on. Bring on the ranting, bring on the obsessive comments. Do what you must. Act upon the desires that he ultimately bestowed upon you.
So, let's go ahead and look at the straw poll, which is, was the girl with Zombozo a clown or a circus freak? Let's check it out. We got Ellie's vote in the comments for clown. Let's see if anybody else voted on the poll. There's one vote for clown, which I assume was Ellie. So there you go, folks.
I honestly, I agree with Riely that it's a circus freak and not a clown. I think they're clown-like in design, but they're not clowns.
Yeah, that's right, bitch.
Everything Riely said was true. Like, Zombozo is the clown. They're circus freaks. But yeah.
Wait, what?
What? What?
This is literally... The Ben 10 wiki is literally lying.
About what?
I was trying to pull up the article for Kevin 11, and I accidentally pulled up the article for the character. Oh, it's specifically the article for the mutation. Fuck off. Because it said the first appearance was an episode in season 2, and I was like, that's not fucking true.
Oh.
It's not real.
It can't be.
It can't be. There we go. Here is the episode. Well, all right, gamers. It's time to talk about the 7th episode of Ben 10, Kevin 11.
Oh, shit. Kevin 11.
It aired on February 11th, 2006. Written by Greg Klein, directed by Scooter Tidwell, animated by Sunman Image Pictures. Let's go.
All right.
So we start off at a hotel. Grandpa Max is checking in the family for the night. Gwen is really happy that there's like a spa and like it's all so nice. And Max is like, don't get used to it, just for tonight. But things go awry when Ben sees that there's an area with the new Sumo Slammer video game like beta test.
Yeah, why the fuck is that in some hotel?
I don't know. Well, where do they do like in-person beta tests? I assume they like rent out space in places. So I think it checks out. I thought they would. That's what they do.
I thought they would do that sort of thing in like like their company headquarters. They'd have their own specific place.
Perhaps, maybe. So Ben's like, I'm gonna go, and he runs, and then they're like, no, you can't do that. You're not allowed. So
he's like VIPs only. But there's like a huge display. Why are they advertising this?
I don't know.
They're just tempting children.
Yeah, so he's not allowed to go in, and Max is like, hey, you better not sneak in, motherfucker. And then Ben's like, okay, I won't, and then he does. He turns into Ghost Freak. He passes through the entrance, plays the video game, and Max and Gwen quickly realize that Ben is missing and fear the worst, and of course they are correct. And Ben is reverted from Ghost Freak back into Ben because the Omnitrix times out, and the guard catches him.
And he gets a high score.
He does get a high score. That is true.
That's the most important part of the scene.
He is an epic gamer who gets a high score. That is correct.
So honestly, he should be playtesting this game. He's a good-ass gamer.
Exactly. If he got the high score, these testers be fucking slipping.
Exactly.
But anyway, so yeah, they all get kicked out of the hotel, which I think is a little overboard.
They're permanently banned. And I assume they lost their security deposit as well as whatever they paid for the room.
Yeah, they definitely kicked him out with no money because Max goes back into the hotel to try to get at least some of his money back. And that's why he leaves Ben and Gwen alone. But yeah, so they get kicked out. They're back in the RV. Can
we talk about this video game scene a little bit more? Would you sneak in and play a video game?
Of course I fucking would. I just get the fuck out of there before my
the new
Omnitrix
Pokemon game. I remember when I was a kid, like watching that. Like these were the scenes in Ben 10 where I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" Like that's what I want to do. You know what I mean? I want to be Ben 10. He's doing exactly what I would do in this situation. That's what I felt like when I was a little kid. And
he literally, there's a warning for the Omnitrix timing out. It goes doo 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 doo. I would just go back through the fucking wall before it went doo, and I turned back into Ben.
Wait, what if he didn't get out in time? Would he get stuck in the wall?
Uh-oh. Oh, God.
Would he just suffocate to death, like, immediately? Like, what if he was, like, screaming, like, help? There's like, oh my god, there's a kid stuck in the fucking plaster walls that aren't hollow at all.
How did this happen? What has occurred?
Wouldn't he just suffocate like instantly if the wall wasn't like hollow?
I mean, it would probably like crush your fucking bones and like
What would
smash
that?
your guts.
I wonder how that would even work because like it's obviously not like physically possible, or is it? Is there is there a physically possible way to like get inside? I mean, I guess like just like pouring concrete in a hole that you're in, but you would suffocate long before it dried. Is there insta dry concrete? Is this a thing?
Well, it depends on where you're stuck in the wall. If you got stuck by the neck, but if you got stuck by the chest, then the logic was like you had been plastered into the wall at the first place, you'd just be stuck in the wall.
No, I'm saying your entire body
Oh, yeah,
is
you would
in
suffocate.
the fucking. You would like would it just be like an instant death?
Yeah,
Because it would be like the plaster would be like inside of your body, right? Because like the plaster where your body is wouldn't just like vanish.
yeah, you die. So,
Well,
yeah,
that's the answer to that question, I guess.
there you go. So Max is yelling at Ben. Ben's like, "What the fuck? I save people all the time. Why can't I just use the watch for me a little bit?" And Max is like, "It's not about how many times you use it. It's about how you use it." Which honestly, I think if you're a fucking brave superhero, you throw yourself in harm's way all the time, it is not morally wrong to sneak into a video game beta test. I think you've earned that much.
Well, I think it was morally wrong, not because he stuck in and had access to this like company's confidential
Well, it's
information.
technically morally wrong, but
It's
I
morally
think
wrong because he was a dumbass and got caught. The fact that he would risk getting caught for his own pleasure. That's what the problem was. It wasn't that he was like having
risk getting
fun.
caught using the Omnitrix. Yeah, fair enough.
Well, I mean, risk getting caught and getting them kicked out of the fucking hotel is what I was meaning. Was what I meant.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, you're right, but
Like it was reckless. It was
I think
reckless
in general,
behavior, and it
this
was
theme-
selfish.
This theme has come up before and will come up again. And I feel like as long as you're not like committing like theft or hurting people, it's like
No, theft is
oh,
fucking based. Shoplift. I would shoplift with Ghost Freak every day.
oh my god, Demi.
Are you kidding me, dude? I love robbery and fraud. I'm a shoplifting god. Hey, yo, fuck that. Fuck big companies. Fuck Walmart. Steal from Walmart. Everybody steal from Walmart. Honestly,
But that's what
everybody steal from Walmart. I
mean,
encourage you.
Here's the thing: superheroes stand against crime that hurts anybody, even if it's like corporations, because they're selfless. And I think Ben does fall into that. He shows himself selfless, even very early on in the show. But
Grandpa Max is also like unreasonable, like because like he like literally like is against Ben having fun with the Omnitrix. You know what I mean? Like he wouldn't let him grab that gold sumo slammer card. You know what I mean? He's like, it's all being a hero is a reward in itself.
That's
It's like,
also
man,
like
let him have
fucking over a
fun.
child. Oh well, I mean, if they just give it to him, then yeah. I remember. I thought you meant when he was gray matter sneaking into the cereal boxes, but the store.
At the
would have
time they
given
gave him to them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
they
store would have
offered it
given
to him.
Yeah.
Like he could have literally just grabbed it. Like it would. He was like, no time.
There's no.
Yeah. This scene, Grandpa Max delivers a very funny line. He's like Ben's like it's fine, and Grandpa Max is like, no, you're fine, and that's all you care about in that exact tone. And that's all you care about.
That's all you care about.
Like all week, I've been saying that
again,
to Riely.
Super fucking unreasonable. Ben puts his life at risk all the fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say Ben is selfish, but he was being selfish in that situation.
You're allowed.
Like,
I think you're allowed
around
to be
the Family
some level of
Matters.
selfish.
Around when it came to Family Matters, a great sitcom, by the way. He
Did I do that?
he was he did a very selfish thing by risking and getting his family kicked out of this hotel because he wanted to play a fucking video game, and he had he didn't have any remorse. They were permanently banned from a 4-star hotel.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And he had no remorse. He was like, "It's fine. Why do you guys give a shit, man?"
I just think in general, like you know, there's 20 more episodes where this is the theme. It's like, don't use the Omnitrix to do things that you're not supposed to do, even though they aren't hurting anybody. But yeah, I don't know. Also, real quick, whenever somebody talks about Family Matters, I feel obligated to talk about this because it's so funny to me.
This better
Have
not
you
be
ever?
Asterios related.
No. Have you seen the Family Matters Full House crossover?
Yes, I have. I haven't
The
watched the
thi-
whole episode, but I saw like the YouTube
the
clip.
weird thing about it is that during the episode they just pretend that like they know Urkel. Like he's like a
Yeah.
character that's always been around and like is their friend, even though
No,
he-
he's like a relative of a friend. Is the bit? It's like
Oh.
he's like somebody's weird cousin.
Okay, it's been so long, but I just remember it being really weird that they're like, "Yeah, Urkel, we know you. We've
Yeah.
always known you. You are a character in our lives."
Do you know about the Urkel verse?
No.
So okay, so essentially it's this crazy like sitcom like universe like based on like sitcom cameos. Like Urkel cameoed in Full House and then someone else cameoed in Full House and essentially it like these sitcom cameos like tie all the way into like modern sitcoms. They go into like Hannah Montana, like Zack and Cody, like all this shit. Like the whole like Disney Channel sitcom universe
Wait,
is connected to
can
Full
you
House
walk me
because of
through the
cameos.
Can you walk me through the Family Matters to Hannah Montana pipeline?
All right, let me see here. Let me look this up. Urkelverse. I'm trying to find the image. There's just the fucking like the full like YouTube video. I highly recommend you watch it. I watched the whole, it's like 47 minutes, but I watched the whole thing and it was super entertaining.
I mean, I literally just watched like 3 4-hour video essays about Disney XD shows I used to like, so I think I can watch a 40-minute Urkelverse video.
So I think it goes Urkel, Full House, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Clueless. I'm just like skipping through this video right now. Boy Meets World, and then Boy Meets World, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, You Wish. Fuck. Where else does it go? The Parkers,
I've seen the
and
Boy Meets
then
World Sabrina the Teenage Witch crossover. I remember that shit.
the Parkers, then
I think Sabrina the Teenage Witch sends the Boy Meets World cast back to World War II.
then there's like that's so Raven and or no, it somehow ties into I think it somehow ties into all that and like the Nickelodeon shit. I don't remember exactly, but it's weird. Just through sitcom cameos, like Urkel manages to have a pipeline all the way to like Hannah Montana, and then like later on, like fucking other like modern Disney Channel sitcoms.
Hold on, I have to figure this out.
All that exists is the YouTube video.
No. I'm trying to figure. This is separate. I'm trying to remember if I'm correct about Sabrina the Teenage Witch sending the Boy Meets World cast back to World War II.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that is the plot of the crossover. It's Salem the cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch uses a time ball to transport Corey Matthews, the main character of Boy Meets World, back to the 1940s. That is the plot.
Wow. Okay.
The Boy Meets World is very good. That was like my childhood. I love that fucking show. You ever seen Boy Meets World?
A little bit. I couldn't remember any characters or anything. It's been so long.
It's pretty good. But anyways, yeah, Max yells at Ben.
Wait, hold on. One last thing, real quick.
Sure.
And this is personal. Do you remember a Disney on the topic of Disney Channel sitcoms? Do you recall a Disney Channel sitcom called Walk the Prank?
I do remember Walk the Prank.
Did you know that this show was created by Trevor Moore of The Whitest Kids You Know?
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he made a fucking Disney Channel sitcom.
Too bad it got canceled in like 5 seconds because Mitchell Musso got a DUI.
Who's Mitchell Musso?
Mitchell Musso he was Oliver in Hannah Montana. He was in Pair of Kings, and he hosted Walk the Prank. I'm pretty sure.
And sorry, DUI? A what?
Yeah, you got a DUI.
What the fuck is a DUI?
Never mind. Walk the Prank had 3 seasons. I'm thinking of something else.
What is a DUI? What is a DUI?
Do you don't know what a DUI is?
I don't know what a DUI is.
Influence, you fucking
idiot.
You fucking. I also got.
I forgot.
I got Walk the Prank.
I forgot.
Stars, but I've also seen Walk the Prank. I wonder if
Listen, I
Trevor Moore
forgot
made
what a
prank
DUI
stars.
was. Okay, I'm
Made,
sorry.
made prank stars. Maybe they just gave him a second chance.
They
Because
gave Trevor Moore a second chance.
Mitchell Musso got a fucking DUI and got the show canceled. Who
Who
made this
knows?
shit? Oh, it was just created by the Walt Disney Company. It doesn't even say who like made it. Okay, no involvement from Trevor Moore in this one, unfortunately.
Wait, if you look up who created Walk the Prank, does Trevor Moore like show up? Yeah, Adam Small and Trevor Moore.
Dan,
But anyways, back to Kevin 11, and that's all you care about.
that's all you care about. So Max
Ellie's
goes.
comments. That's all you
Some-
care about.
Yep, that's right. It's the whole reason we do the show. But Max grounds Ben from sumo slammers related activities for 2 weeks, which honestly not that big of a punishment.
Honestly, that's really strange. Like, have you been grounded from participating in a franchise? Like, have you been grounded from Pokemon? You're like, no Pokemon cards.
You can watch
no
TV,
video
you can
games.
play video games, but they cannot be Pokemon related.
Yeah, this has never happened to me.
Damn.
I remember there were times where I would be like grounded from like playing my DS, but not grounded from playing like the PS3. That was really weird. But like I was never banned from a specific franchise. Actually, I was banned from playing a very specific video game because I was mean to my sister while we were playing the game together, and like, you can't play this game again for a week.
I remember like the first time my mother like tried to like send me to my room without activity, like at age 18. And I was like, I will go to my room and leave you alone, but you cannot stop me from using my devices. I am an adult.
Yeah.
I will remain in my room to make you happy, but I will not stop using my stuff.
What was she gonna like take it away?
No, she wasn't gonna take it all. She just thought I would listen to her because back when I was a kid, I would because I didn't want to like get killed. I might try to sneak it, but I'm not gonna blatantly do it. But I'm 18. I'm like, no, I'll go to my room, but I'm gonna play my video games.
I mean, were you paying rent at this point?
Yes.
If you're paying rent,
no, this was like right before I got my job.
Okay, well, either way, if you're 18, like grounding you from your devices is a little bit ridiculous.
Like I'm willing to cooperate with going into my room, so you no longer have to have me in your presence. But I'm gonna play video games. But so yeah, Max leaves the rust bucket to try to get some of his money back. And Ben is like pissed. Ben is pissed. So he just decides to run away and go into the city. And Gwen is like, come back. And then Ben's like, no, fuck you. And he leaves. But then Gwen follows him to make sure that he doesn't do something stupid. And they end up in an arcade. Ben's playing some video games. But he somehow gets a game over before he starts.
Yeah, this has happened. This has fucking happened to me, bro. I've never played a baseball game. Those fucking motorcycle games, bro. Those bitches will eat your quarters. I swear to God. Fucking, it was that fucking Burger King.
Quarters. That's why fucking Turtles in Time is fucking ball bustingly hard. So you'll fucking drain quarters into it.
Yes. Bro, I swear to God, fucking Mortal Kombat 2 literally programmed their AI so like the first two guys like are like manageable, and then like by the third guy it's just like fucking impossible. Dude, so like you get your confidence all built up.
I'm gonna take like my friend Kevin, who's good at video games. I'm gonna spend $20 on tokens at the local arcade, and I'm just gonna beat Turtles in Time. I've had this in my mind as something to do for a long time. I have not acted on it yet, but I need to. It's gonna happen. There is a Turtles in Time cabinet at my local arcade, and I want to play Turtles in Time.
Good fucking luck, bro. I don't even think $20 is enough. At least turn it into a vlog or something. Like, get some entertainment out of it.
I'm not gonna try to vlog Turtles in Time while I'm in a public sphere.
Well, I'm not saying like record like the whole gameplay. Just vlog as you're fucking around. Anyways,
I'll bring Kevin to play with me, and I'll bring a third friend to occasionally film.
Kevin Levin.
Yep, that's him.
No, if you want to beat Turtles in Time, you need 4 players. Like, unless I mean, like, if you want to beat it in like a reasonable timely fashion. But anyways, I don't think Ellie cares about Turtles in Time.
Maybe you don't know what Ellie does. Maybe she does care about Turtles in Time. Speaking
Maybe
of Turtles in Time, the new Turtles game is out, and I think it has online co-op. So I got to get like some of my friends to buy that shit or buy it for them.
doesn't Mo have that?
He does, but he has it on PC.
Oh, it's not cross-platform.
No,
Damn.
I think it's on Switch though, so I might like buy it for you on Switch, so you'll play it with me.
Okay.
But anyway, so Ben and Gwen are in an arcade. Ben gets that game over. He complains. Oh, they're broken on purpose. This is like a shitty, like, the scam arcade.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's the bit.
Ben is pissed. And then there's another kid who agrees with Ben. And then Ben like makes fun of the attendant, and the kid laughs. And the kid enjoys Ben's jokes so much that he, as a favor, makes the coin machine spit out tokens with his electric hands.
Yeah.
And Ben asks him how he did it, and Kevin is about to explain, and Gwen's like, "Fuck you! Don't take those tokens. They're not for you. They're not for you." But Ben ignores her, and becomes friends with this kid whose name is Kevin. But then a big gang of angry teenagers shows up. And Kevin is like, I gotta fucking get out of here. But then the exit is blocked. And the 4 teenagers surround Kevin. And Ben like tries to help in his normal way. But the 4th teenager is like, nah. And then he tosses Ben away. So Ben runs off and then turns into Accelerate and kicks they ass.
I love how he writes it off. He's like, yeah, he's a friend of mine.
Yeah, Accelerate. He's a good friend of mine.
Oh yeah, that blue guy. We're just good friends.
And then Gwen is pissed, but Ben's like, I'm just helping a friend. Fuck you. And then Kevin's like, whoa, that guy was crazy. And Ben's like, yeah, it was my homie. That's my homie right there.
Yeah, I just hang out with blue aliens that run extremely fast.
So Kevin's like, you want to take a tour of New York? And Gwen's like, we gotta get back. Grandpa Mac's gonna be pissed. But Ben's like, fuck you. And then goes with Kevin. And Gwen's like, well, I guess I just gotta leave now and go back to the RV.
Yep.
And leave my cousin to roam New York. She should have just like shut the fuck up and followed him. At least to make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
Although eventually she probably would have gotten like beaten up by Kevin for complaining about the crimes. So
Do you think Kevin would hit a woman like that?
This Kevin does not. He's willing to kill thousands, or not thousands, but like a large amount.
Oh
of
shit!
people on
Yeah,
the train,
that's
so
right. He wants to
hit a
commit. He wants to commit the next 9/11.
He wants to commit Train 11.
Train 9/11.
Train 9/11. What? I love how, because I was uncomfortable with a 9/11 joke once on this show, we now have to mention it every episode.
Yeah.
But
welcome back to the 9/11 podcast.
So Kevin and Ben are walking around New York. Ben asks Kevin again about his power. And Kevin's like, I was born with this, and I can store and release energy. And Ben's like, yo, that's sick.
What are the odds that like Ben is gonna come across like the one other teenager in America with like crazy superpowers? Or is this like kind of implying that in this world like teenagers with fucking superpowers is not like that uncommon?
He has superpowers. He's no ordinary kid.
I mean
7-11.
I mean, like, realistically, with like the plumbers and shit, like it's only and like the amount of like alien shit that was going on Earth.
Isn't there like a retcon that Kevin's dad is a plumber, even though it doesn't make sense until they introduce it?
I don't fucking know.
No. Here's the retcon. I fucked it up. It is always established that Kevin's, not always, but it eventually established that Kevin's dad was a plumber, and that is part of the plot. And then eventually Kevin's dad is just in Ultimate Alien, even though up until that point they implied that he was dead.
Yeah.
Or wait,
I
no, I
thought
think that might have been his stepdad. I don't fucking remember.
all he said was like, "My folks kicked me out" or whatever.
Yeah.
In this episode.
Didn't he say his folks were gone? Like
Um,
vaguely implying that they either abandoned him or are dead, and not specifying which one that is. That is
no,
the
he
case.
he says it's because they didn't like having a freak for a son, implying that he was like
yeah.
disowned.
Yeah. I remember now.
That happened to me too. Pretty funny.
So Gwen goes back to the RV, and Max is like, "Where is Ben?" And Gwen is like,
He says, "Where's Ben?" I wish I could do a good Grandpa Max voice. It's a very, very iconic voice.
Gwen's like, "You're not gonna like it. Not gonna be a fan." So Kevin takes Ben to his hideout in a little abandoned subway station. There's some televisions and a vending machine and an arcade machine, which assumedly he stole all of.
Yeah.
And then Ben asks why the gang attacked Kevin, and Kevin says, "Yeah, I trashed their hideout under the bridge. It was sick." And Kevin says that he's alone. He was abandoned by his parents, as we just talked about. And Ben's a fan of the digs. He's a fan of the little hideout. And Ben tells Kevin. Oh, I guess Gwen mentions Grandpa Max being upset. And Kevin remembers that happened. He's like, "It sounds like your grandpa's not too happy with you." And Ben's like, "Yeah, I got grounded because I snuck in to play a video game." And then Kevin, he gets a little scheme. He gets a little plan. So what they're gonna do, Kevin and Ben, they're gonna go steal the Sumo Slammers video game.
Yeah.
And Ben
GTA
goes
5
along with
heist.
this.
It's a fucking, I swear to God, it's a goddamn GTA 5 heist. They go to some
Mission
warehouse with like no doors. Like they go to some warehouse that's like wide open for anyone to walk into. Right?
Yeah.
Like they don't have to break in or anything. They just walk into this warehouse and like a fucking SWAT team with the entire fucking US military is like shooting them because they wanted to steal this fucking Sumo Slammers game. It was
Why is
ridiculous.
the SWAT team guarding these Sumo Slammers?
Yes, because they were right there. Like we don't see them show up. We just like see like lights flash on them and like put your hands in the air, drop the video game. Like, Jesus Christ, it was insane. I remember as a kid, like, not even questioning it. I'm like, yeah, that's what happens when you try to steal a video game. The fucking SWAT team comes after you.
I think when you try to steal a video game, the like store security guard pull you into his office and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing, Walter?
What are you doing, Walter?
Go home, Walter."
Mike is... Oh, I can't say that. Ellie. Forget you heard that.
Mike, just get me in a room. We have to steal the new Sumo Slammers game. Just get me in the warehouse.
Just get me in a room with the new Sumo Slammers game, and I'll
do the rest. Why? Why is there a SWAT team guarding the new Sumo Slammers game?
I don't know. But yeah, so they try to steal the video game.
If they went through the effort to have a SWAT team guarding it, why are there no doors? Why can you just walk into this warehouse?
Good question. So yeah, so their SWAT team. Kevin uses the electricity from a nearby outlet to power a forklift, which he crashes into a SWAT member. And then Ben and Kevin run away. They get discovered by the police, and then they run back in the warehouse. They're like, "What the fuck do we do? How do we escape? What do we do?" And then Ben's like, "Hey, I can get us out of this, but you gotta keep it secret, bro." And then he turns into Stinkfly and reveals the power of the Omnitrix. How do you feel about this?
What do you mean? Him revealing?
Bad idea, I would say.
Showing Kevin the Omnitrix powers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid. Slightly
a little bit dumb. But I mean, like, he needed to get out of that situation. He just committed a felony. Like, the fucking SWAT team is shooting at them,
That's
shooting at two
ridiculous.
10-year-old kids. Or
Well, no,
is
no,
Kevin
I don't
is
think- I don't
Kevin
think-
11 years old? Is that a bit?
He might be, but I don't think they start shooting at them until there's a fly alien involved. I don't think they shoot at Ben and Kevin.
No, they shoot at Ben and Kevin when they are when they're like running away.
Oh, when they're like hitting them with forklifts? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
at that point you can pull guns out. When they're trying to run you over with a forklift, no matter how old they are.
Yeah, honestly.
But anyway, so yeah, Ben turns into Stinkfly. There's a big chase sequence. Kevin talks about how bad Stinkfly smells, and Ben's like, "Yeah, that's kind of the point." They flee. They have a big fucking chase sequence. They like fly under shit. Eventually, they lose them. They have to like fly through traffic and shit. It's pretty crazy. And it gets shown on the news as well.
Yeah, they're on the news committing a felony and somehow get away with it in the end.
I mean, we don't know. He's on the news committing a felony as Stinkfly. I don't think Ben's
Okay, but
ever on the news.
okay, but still, Ben was clearly identified by the
Yeah.
authorities. While
Yeah, they
not
saw a child. They don't know his name. They don't know anything about him. They have no way to trace it back unless they happen upon him.
yeah, maybe.
And like, oh, you're that kid that stole the thing. But other than that,
I remember.
Also, real quick, a criticism I had immediately: if they're already running away from the cops, why did they not pocket copy of the game? They just drop them. Why did they do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just a little game case. You can slip that shit in your pocket.
Right.
So I don't know why they didn't do it, but
Okay. Well, is the new Sumo Slammers game releasing on the 3DS or the PS3 or what at this
knows?
point? This was way
Who
before the
knows?
3DS. I'm stupid. The
I'm
Nintendo
pretty sure whenever they
DS.
show a game console in this show, it's like literally a fucking Super Nintendo. Like it has a cartridge in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's what fucking adults thought video games were for the longest time. They just didn't know that disc video games existed.
Yeah, adults without children are not familiar with the disc-based games.
In 2005.
Yeah. So anyway, eventually they do lose them and escape. And Kevin and Ben are like hiding in a car or some shit. I'm reading the wiki. I don't quite remember like very specific details. It says something about them being in one of the cars. So I guess they hide in a car, and then they hide in an alley. And Kevin's like, "What the fuck was that?" And then Ben explains the Omnitrix, and he's like, "Oh," and Kevin's like, "Oh, so that blue guy with the speed, it was you." And then Kevin's like, "Can I see more aliens?" And Ben's like, I really can't make it work how I want it to, or I would, but I can't." And Kevin's like, "I can make it work. Just give it to me." And Ben's like, "I can't take it off. Sorry." And Kevin's like, "All right, let's be partners. And we can do whatever we want because we're powerful." And Ben is like, "Fuck yeah, bro." And then Max is pissed because his grandson just committed a felony on national news.
Yeah. Like he has a right to be a little bit upset about that.
maybe he has the right to be slightly vexed about such a
I
transgression.
feel like that would like ruin your entire summer vacation. Like the fact that the next episode they just pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a major event, which makes it weird that they kind of ignore it.
Like they present it as if it's like, yeah, that's what kids do. They commit felonies on national news. Oh, when your fucking pesky
I
grandson.
think being age 10, you might get out of that.
Well, obviously you're not gonna like go to federal prison, but like you get in trouble.
For sure you would. I'm not saying you wouldn't. I'm just saying, like, it's not going to end Ben's life.
Yeah,
Even if he did get caught.
but like it would be a much bigger deal than it's made out to be in the show.
Fair enough. So anyway, so they're in a subway system, and Kevin absorbs some energy from a lamp, and he's like, "I'm gonna switch the tracks on the train, and it's a money train, so they're gonna crash into a passenger train because I'm redirecting them, and then we're gonna take the money." So Kevin has no qualms with killing hundreds of innocent people. And Ben, thankfully, is not a fan of that. He's
Ben's
drawn
like,
the line.
hundreds of people will die. And Kevin's like, so?
Kevin's like, who cares?
And your point?
And your point is, all right, hold on. My mouth is actually getting dry. We need to pause for a second. I gotta go get a drink.
I'll go get a drink too.
Have you returned yet, Wigga? He hasn't.
What up?
Yo, what up?
Well, why do I hear background noise like really badly now?
What?
Never mind, it's gone.
Okay.
All right, anyways.
Damn it, you got back before I could. Shit. Now I had to admit it to you right now.
What?
I was about to apologize to future editor Demigloom for accidentally saying he, but then you came back.
Oh. Did you say he? Did you call me a he?
I accidentally said he's not back yet, and I was like, shit.
Yeah, it is what it is. Everybody fucks it up. I'll just have to live knowing that I'll never be a real woman. Nobody will ever call me she by default.
Demi, I'm
a chore, a burden to the people around me.
Demi, I'm literally bad at I accidentally call penguin he all the time. I'm just bad at pronouns. Sometimes my brain puts the wrong word in there.
Is penguin trans?
No.
I'm kidding. I mean, not as far as we're aware. You never know. There's always a chance that anybody you know is trans, but
considering I've known her for 4 years and like she had a boyfriend who never mentioned it that I also like was in the same communities as, I feel like I would know at this point.
Well, does she ever talk about
unless she's
her...
a trans man who's in the closet? I'm pretty sure she's a biological woman.
Does she talk about her vagina? Does she make jokes about my vagina all the time?
Vagina, no.
Well, you never know.
Fair enough.
Has she ever been like, yes, my biologically female genitalia itches right now.
Here I am, my vagina that I was born
let's stop talking about Penguin Mage's vagina. This is not what I meant to talk about. Can we name this episode Penguin Mage's vagina?
No, we cannot.
Imagine Penguin Mage like looks herself up and she sees some podcast episode from like 2 years ago called Penguin Mage's vagina.
Well, she immediately sees my little cartoon picture that sends me a DM that says, Riely, what the fuck is this shit? Or more accurately, Peg, what the fuck is this shit? Because she still calls me Peg because I've known her that long.
Okay, but anyways, Kevin is faced with a trolley problem.
No, he's got a trolley solution. There is no problem.
Yes, he's got a trolley solution here. So, like, on one track is hundreds of people, and then on the other track is his money.
So he's gonna
hundreds of thousands of dollars. So he's like, yeah, fuck it. We're gonna kill hundreds of people.
Yeah, fuck that shit. So Ben is gonna stop Kevin.
Yeah.
Ben tries to transform into forearms to switch the tracks back by just like pulling the lever really hard, because I guess you got to be real strong to make that lever go. But he accidentally transforms into Heat Blast. So Ben is pissed.
Oh, not the worst. Not the worst alien to deal with Kevin in that situation. What is he gonna do? Is he just gonna kill Kevin?
No,
like,
he's gonna
use
switch
the
tracks. Strength to pull the lever and like just like stop. I'm sure forearms could tactically disable Kevin without killing him.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is like with Heat Blast, like what's the plan going forward?
Oh well, at that point you just have to fucking burn him.
Yeah. Just kill Kevin.
Well, no, he's just like, stay away or you're gonna get burned. But then Kevin's like, fuck you, bitch, and he turns and he sucks out the energy from a switcher to turn off the lights. And the whole subway station is darkened except for the area the Heat Blast is in, which of course is lit up by Heat Blast fire. Now Heat Blast, he's surrounded in darkness. He can't really see past his own little area. But then Kevin jumps him and absorbs his energy. The energy from the Heat Blast. And then his head and arm turn into Heat Blast.
Whoa.
It's fucking crazy.
That transformation was epic too.
It was sick. So Kevin is hurt at first from it, which then Ben like checks to see if he's okay. And then he gets hit by a fireball because Kevin is Heat Blast. So Kevin and Ben have a fight. Then the trains get there. So Ben has to melt the switcher, which changes the tracks back.
Yeah, like why was he so confident that that was gonna work?
Well, it was either I don't know if he was that confident. It was just I have to do something right now, so hopefully this will work. So the trains are saved. Ben almost gets hit by one of the trains, but he's able to save himself. And Kevin is like, I'm gonna seek revenge using my heat blast power.
Using my heat blast arm.
My heat arm. So Heat Blast is having some trouble staying on the train. But eventually he's able to burn a hole in the roof, which he uses as like a grip, which smart move. That was a cool utility move. I always like creative uses of alien powers like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the appeal of like Ben 10's combat.
For sure.
In action.
So, well, I mean, you disagree with me on this fundamentally, but Ben 10 also just has good combat in general, even when he's just like the big guy and punching. it still has very good combat.
I didn't say it. I never said it didn't have good combat. It's just for me personally.
You said that Humongousaur was a C-tier alien, and that's unforgivable.
Okay, we could revisit this matter later.
Ellie, what tier do you think Humongousaur is? She did comment on the video, but all she said was that Spitter deserved S tier. So okay. I want to know where she landed on Humongousaur.
All right.
Yeah, so Max and Gwen hear about some fires in a subway. So they're like, yeah, Ben. So they
tragedy, Ben.
Yeah, Ben. So Heat Blast turns back into Ben. As the train leaves the tunnels, and he's gripping to dear life. But then Max is driving next to the train. He opens up the awning of the RV for Ben to land on safely. And he jumps down before the train fucking kills him because it's driving through a gate. And Gwen is like, good catch, Grandpa. Hell yeah. Then they're back in the RV. Grandpa Max is pissed again. He's like, none of this would have happened if you just fucking listen to me. And Ben's like, I don't give a shit. And also Kevin is trouble, so we gotta deal with that. So Ben
should have known he was trouble when he walked in, if you know what I'm saying.
Trouble. Okay. So yeah, they go back to the hangout of the teenagers from earlier. Which Ben thinks that Kevin's probably there, and he's right, because Kevin's fucking over there, and he's like, I'm gonna burn your shit down, bitch.
Yep.
But then he reverts to normal. So it's like, oh, shit. But then Forearms arrives. Because Ben tries to turn into Stingfly to fly there ahead of the RV, but then he turns into fucking Forearms by accident, which leads to a really sick sequence where Forearms uses his strength to like leap, like the Superman bit where he leaps tall buildings in a single bound or whatever the fuck. Forearms does that. He does big jumps.
Don't the Ninja Turtles do that?
I think so.
The Ninja Turtles just like hop across rooftops like it's nothing.
Well, no, they hop across rooftops. With Forearms and Superman, I'm referring to them. Well, Superman has said he can jump over a building.
Yeah.
Like, without using flight, he can utilize his strength to jump over a building. And that's what I'm comparing Forearms to.
Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying.
But yeah, so Forearms gets there, and Kevin's like, fuck yeah, I can get more power from Forearms. And Forearms is like, you ain't getting power from shit, bitch.
That's what he said. Exactly.
Exactly that, verbatim. So Kevin is going to shock the gang. He threatens them. So Ben goes to help them. And Kevin is able to use that opportunity to absorb Four-Arms' energy and turn into a six-armed monstrosity.
Can you imagine being one of those teenagers? Like, all of a sudden, like, there's, like, two aliens just having a fucking epic battle in your hideout? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck, dude?
I'd probably be scared, but also think it was pretty awesome.
I think, like, people have such, like, little reaction to Ben. Like, when, like, he was Diamond Head in episode 1, and everyone's like, who was that guy? I'm like, nah, I don't know. Go back to our campsite. Like, that was it. Like, nobody was like, what the fuck was that? They're just like, oh, what the hell? Oh, that's kind of weird.
Pictures of Four-Arms.
Pictures of Four-Arms.
I was about to say, why isn't there a Ben 10 Joe Jonah Jameson? But I realized there literally is.
I heard you talk about this on a MoCast episode that I had to edit.
I know. I forgot about him for a second, and then I'm like, why isn't there a Ben 10 J. Jonah Jameson? Oh, there is. There also literally is, down to the name. Apparently there's an episode in Omniverse where they're like in an alternate future, or like an alternate universe, and in that universe...
crossover?
No. No, but in that universe, Jimmy, the kid who reveals Ben's identity in Ultimate Alien,
yeah,
I guess his name is Jimmy Jameson or something.
That has to be intentional. That's a fucking... There's no way, yeah.
And then in Omniverse, in this alternate universe, he literally goes by J. Jonah Jameson and takes over Will Harang's news show.
No fucking way. Are you kidding me?
No.
He literally calls himself J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes, he is J. Jonah Jameson.
That's not real.
I promise you it is.
That is so shameless. Why have you not mentioned this before? That's insane.
I don't think I knew about it the last time this came up.
Either way, I'm surprised you didn't like tell me about this when you found out about it.
Hold on, let me confirm that I'm not crazy. J. Jonah Jameson, Ben 10. Okay, it's not actually J. Jonah. It's J. Jonah Jones.
Okay, same fucking thing. Yeah. Still,
it's not literally J. Jonah Jameson, but it's close enough. Okay. Anyway, so shit, I got distracted. Oh, I got a burp. Okay, so anyway, so the aliens are fighting. And then eventually Four-Arms is able to stall out Kevin until he runs out of energy. And Kevin's like, please don't kill me. And then
Ben just fucking kills him with a radiator pipe.
Yep. That's how it ends. No more Kevin. But anyway, so he manipulates him into giving him the chance to grab the Omnitrix, and he tries to absorb the Omnitrix's energy. But it releases a pulse wave and knocks Kevin into some pillars. And it also knocks Ben away in the opposite direction.
And that was the last time we saw Kevin 11 in the entire Ben 10 franchise. Never. He was a one-episode character. Add more significance to Ben 10 as a franchise than that.
Nope. Definitely does not come on literally the main cast later. Not true. So... back in the RV, Ben apologizes, and Max accepts it. But he's like, my trust is going to have to be earned back. You can't, I'm your grandfather and I love you, but my trust, you're going to have to earn that back.
Reasonably so. Completely reasonable of Grandpa Max. Just saying.
Fair enough. And then Ben just like hangs his head down in like shame, and Gwen doesn't say anything. But then meanwhile, in the subway, Kevin is testing his powers because the pulse from the Omnitrix gave him heat blast fire without even transforming his body.
The pulse from the single Omnitrix, not both Omnitrix, just the one Omnitrix.
No, that's not what it is.
You said Omnitrix.
No, I didn't. I said Omnitrix.
Yes, you did. You said Omnitrix.
The Omnimatrix device. That is the full proper term. The Omnimatrix. So, yeah. So that's it. He laughs maniacally and the episode ends on that cliffhanger. And there you go, gamers. That was Kevin 11. Final thoughts?
I just think it's really interesting seeing Kevin's first interaction with Gwen, knowing that years down the line they get together.
I wonder if that was even like remotely in their heads back when they wrote this episode. I would assume not.
Probably not. I don't know. There's always a chance. I mean, this is something I learned recently. Did you know that Gwen was originally going to be a love interest for Ben?
She still is. What do you mean?
Oh no, she's not. Gwen is not a love interest for Ben. But originally, like when they originally wrote the show, that's what she was going to be. She was going to be. She was actually going to be a classmate of Ben's. So it makes sense that like they seem just a little bit like they have like a little bit of like romantic tension. Just like that's just like I think that's just a byproduct of the character originally in their dynamic originally being conceptualized as that of the main character and a love interest. So I don't obviously the writers don't have any incestuous desires with the way they write these characters. It's just that that's what they originally planned, and some of those characteristics still like manifest in the writing itself.
Nah, Ben just wants to bang his cousin.
No. Stop it. It's so gross. All right. I don't have any final thoughts about this episode. It was really good.
Very good.
Kevin, favorite villain so far. By far. But I mean, maybe besides like Vilgax. But like
Dr. Animo is my favorite villain of the entire show. So
yeah. You do make a good point. Dr. Animo is a pretty wacky villain.
Yeah. So anyway, let's go over our wrap-up questions. Who is your favorite character in this episode, and why was it Kevin Levin?
Because he was really cool, and I mean, it's the episode he's introduced, and he's a really well-written, well-crafted character and addition to the story and life of Ben Tennyson. He's unlike all these other villains who are like grown-ass men. He's like the opposite. He's Kevin 11. You know, he's like Ben 10's he's like a worthy rival of Ben Tennyson.
It's true. And yes, my favorite character is also Kevin. For the record, folks, what was your favorite scene?
I guess the Kevin transformation was just too badass. But the whole episode was solid. Like it was really good. Like scene to scene.
I liked forearms versus mutated Kevin forearms form.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite scene was that little exchange. Rated out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10 Ben 10 episode for me.
I give it a 9 out of 10. The only weakness this episode has is like how fucking silly the reaction to them stealing a video game was.
The fucking SWAT team.
Yeah, it was a bit silly.
But yeah, there's the Kevin 11, folks. Now, the next episode is what Demigloom's going to tell you about right now.
Yeah. And we will be right back with more Omnitrix Radio.
No.
To these messages.
Shut the fuck up. It's over. Nope, not doing that.
Yes, we are. What are you talking about?
Bam.
This show has ad breaks.
No, it doesn't. We literally went weeks without releasing Brawny Initiation podcast because you didn't have ads for them.
Yeah, this is true.
So stupid.
I should have just reused ads.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Tourist Trap is the next episode. It's directed by Scooter Tidwell, written by Man of Action, and animated by Lato Animation. And this episode begins with Ben making faces at another kid in a car, and it's like it seems like there's a little bit of this competition as the Rust Bucket is like driving across this other car, and Ben is like making ridiculous faces. This kid's making ridiculous faces back. They're putting food in their mouths and shit. It's yucky. And then Ben decides he's gonna pull his trump card and turn into Stinkfly and show Stinkfly's face to this kid. And the kid was absolutely horrified. And Ben is ROTFL. while this kid is like probably crying.
Yeah, this kid is like horrified.
Absolutely horrified because he thinks that that monster just ate that kid, as he would say later. And Gwen was like, "That's not funny, Ben. Like, you shouldn't horrify people like that." You know, when we talk about like using the Omnitrix for good, like this is exactly like an example of what he does that's using it for bad. Like, I don't know. It's a little bit fucked up.
Yeah, it's silly. It's a little bit fucked up. I don't think it's that.
It's still really funny though.
It is very funny.
This kid is gonna go the rest of his life thinking he saw a fucking monster eat a child. He's gonna need therapy. I need therapy and I'm fine, so not a big deal. Needing therapy doesn't like entail that your life is completely fucked, but it does kind of mean that your circumstances are less than ideal. Anyways, I have to stop playing fucking Mario 64 so I could read the goddamn wiki.
Yeah, bitch. Fuck you.
Oh, and Gwen makes a funny little joke. She's like, "It would be an improvement if your face was stuck like that," while he's making an ugly ass face. But yeah, that happens, and then like the car driver notices Stinkfly, and then he floors his car as fast as possible. He's like, "What the hell?" And he runs away because like, what the hell is this bug thing gonna do? Is he gonna kill us? Yeah, I don't know. A pretty funny intro. Then the theme song rolls. I believe that's what the theme song rolls, correct?
That's probably correct.
Yeah, okay. Up front, Grandpa Max notices a situation outside and he tells Stinkfly to come up front. He hits the brakes and Stinkfly slides to the front. On the road ahead of them, a propane truck has overturned and the truck driver is stuck inside to make it worse.
Are you reading the exact text from the wiki again?
From the manga?
I almost said manga. Are you reading the exact text from the wiki again?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Stop.
Riely, I can't look at a paragraph and like summarize it live. I can't do that. It's a skill that I don't have. I just can't do it. I'm too ADHD brained to be able to do that. I can't. I tried to do this.
And remember the plot because nobody wants to hear you recite the Ben 10 wiki.
Listen, I tried to read the lunchtime announcements on my school loudspeaker, and I embarrassed myself. I was literally doing this. It sounded just like this right now because I couldn't fucking paraphrase as I read paragraphs. It's just not a skill I have.
I was a common anchor on the school news, and I fucking killed that shit.
Was it just audio?
It was audio and video.
Holy shit! There's videos.
I can find it. It's on YouTube.
Holy shit! You have to send me this later.
I will send you this later, and I won't.
you
people
that
will
shit.
never see it because it will dox what high school I went to. But it is very funny.
Wow.
Maybe I'll have Jason like edit together like some silly moments.
Okay. Anyways, they yeah, the rust bucket breaks down essentially. Wait, no, that doesn't happen yet. There's a situation outside. Hits the brakes. A propane truck has overturned and the driver is stuck inside and there's a fire spreading.
Number 7, propane truck overturned.
Propane truck overturns and fire is spreading. Max explains that the truck will be a rocket to the moon if it gets ignited by fire. Stinkfly, no
if it gets ignited by fire.
Stinkfly is like, damn, I wish I was Heat Blast right now. You know what I mean? And Gwen's like, way to go, doofus. You had to waste your time. You know, you had to turn into Stinkfly to fuck around with that kid. And like as if Ben is supposed to just anticipate tragedy at any given moment. That he has to like save his Omnitrix.
Well, I mean, I guess that is the argument for him not using his Omnitrix selfishly, is that it times out, and then, like, if shit goes down, he doesn't have it.
Why is this family just exposed to constant tragedy? Like, I've been on road trips. This doesn't happen every corner I turn. People aren't dying every day where I go. Like, what the hell, man?
Cartoon where things have to happen to progress the plot.
It's just so funny that like Ben just happens to be like around these situations. It's
And
so
there's an
unrealistic.
episode of Ben 10 where like Ben, Gwen, and Max do like a camping thing and like nothing happens.
Yeah,
Like there's no alien, no tragedies occur. They just like do shit for 20 minutes and like the Omnitrix is never used. And
yeah.
Ben's just like, man, it's really boring today. I feel like our days are usually more exciting than this.
No. Listen, the Ben 10 Rust Bucket podcast. Okay,
What?
it's just like an hour-long episode of the Rust Bucket driving with Ben and Gwen sitting at the table, and they just talk.
Wow.
They just talk for an hour.
Well, if they did that, it would be a clip show. A cartoon wouldn't do that any other way.
No. Just an hour
Do
long
you
straight.
remember the time
Keep
that
the
we
ums and
fought an
uhs.
alien?
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Boy, this is worse than the time I had to fight Vilgax. Boy, this is worse than the time I went to Starbucks with Vilgax.
I need to watch that. Isn't there like an entire episode of Family Guy where they like get stuck in like the basement or some shit and there's no cutaway gags?
I think so. They get like trapped in cutaways multiple times.
Oh, that does sound really funny.
Or like someone will like defy logic and like what the fuck? How are you doing that? It's like, nah, it's a cutaway.
Yeah, it's
Like
cutaway.
they just break the fourth wall, but it's funny. I'm a Family Guy sympathizer, okay? But anyways, Stinkfly gets an idea. He like shoots his fucking bug goo out of his eyeballs and puts out the fire, and he uses his tail to carve a huge hole in the top of
Dude,
the
out of his
truck and pull the
eyeballs,
guy
he has
out.
little guns on his face.
Those are his eyes, aren't they?
They are?
Where are his eyes?
I thought he had an eye in the middle.
Does he? No. He
Oh.
has the little Omnitrix symbol in the middle of his face.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Yeah. But like he saves the guy, and then he that little kid who he scared half to death was like, "That's that monster that ate that kid." Ah! And it's a little bit funny.
That's that monster that ate that kid.
That's that monster that ate that kid. Can that be the name of this episode? That's
That's
that
not a
monster
good
that ate that
That's not a
kid.
good name. It's a bad name.
I still think
Not even that funny.
okay. If you knew if like God came down and told you Penguin Mage would not find this episode, would you name it Penguin Mage's Vagina?
No, because I
Why?
respect Penguin Mage.
Ah, it's so funny. All right. Anyways, Grandpa Mac is like, "Yeah, we've got a plan today." And then Gwen notices a sign that reads, "You'll have a ball with it." And then they're like, "Where the hell are we going?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a surprise." And they go to this town called Sparksville. That's nothing but exhibits for tourists. There's nobody lives there. It's like the fucking Wisconsin Dells, if you've ever been.
Never heard of such a thing.
We have like Wisconsin Dells is like a huge like hotspot for like resorts and tourism and shit in America, just for like summer fun activities. In the winter, it's a fucking ghost town. But like during the summer, we have like we have like one of the biggest the water parks in I think we have the biggest water park in the entire country, as well as a couple like theme parks that are definitely on the top of the charts. It's a really cool city. But
Based.
anyways, they visit a bunch of weird shit. Um, they visit they go to sorry, they check out their tickets and they go to a hotel. The kids go around and start looking at exhibits. They visit the Jackalope, and the mayor is there, and he's also the ticket collector. And throughout this episode, the mayor is seemingly everything in this city. Uh, he's like the one person that
It's
lives
like
there.
the Gertrude Balboa bit from My Name Is Earl. Do you remember that?
I do not. Please enlighten me. I'll probably
when
remember like as soon as you start explaining.
when Earl has to get the lawnmower trophy that he broke. He broke Joy's fancy figurine, and he goes to the lawnmower place, and he's like, I have to. I'm asking about this figurine. And like, there's like a chick at the front desk, like an old lady, and she's like, "Oh, you'll have to speak to Gertrude Balboa. Her office is over here." and then he walks into the office, and then the lady walks in, and then Earl is like, will Miss Balboa be in soon? And she's like, "Hi, I'm Gertrude Balboa."
That is pretty silly. Pretty silly stuff. Yeah, they visit a bunch of weird ass places, including some weird ass paintings, a planetarium, uh, giant house of cards, a giant hot dog. Ben gets sprayed with ketchup and mustard. Gwen gets a hot dog tossed at her. And Ben wearing jackalope horns and Gwen wearing googly eye glasses. What the
That was
fuck? I
wacky.
can't. I'm trying to read this shit. This shit like doesn't make sense. All right. They see the world's largest fishbowl, and then they sit on a bench bored, and then they see it is this way, and then they decide to finish. They like keep seeing like a bunch of like fucking signs, like say like it, and they're like, what the fuck is it? As this thing is referred to only and exclusively as it, and they finally decide to visit the barn where it is, and then it's revealed that it's just a giant rubber band ball. Nothing more. That's it. Just a giant ball
They'll
made
have
out
a
of rubber
ball.
bands. Yeah, they will have a ball. They're like, do not touch it, no matter what. And then as soon as the mayor leaves, they get super annoyed, and then he goes behind the ball, activates the Omnitrix, it turns into forearms. And he picks up the ball and starts playing with it, throwing it around. And Gwen seems to enjoy it. Gwen isn't doing her normal like goody two shoes act. She's kind of just like, yeah, whatever.
Because she's pissed about it being a letdown. So she's like,
Yeah.
we deserve to have some fun after being fucking false advertised.
You know what they said? They said, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Oh my god.
Can that be the name of the episode?
It's gonna be fuck and then in quotations it.
Fuck it. All right, perfect. We
Even though
finally got
I'm pretty sure the Spotify like completely hides shit in the algorithm if it has a swear word in it.
Oh, like Spotify has a fucking algorithm.
It does.
There's like no discoverability.
Or no, Apple Podcasts is the thing with an algorithm that hides swear words. I remember Biggest Problem had a problem with that. Like they had an
see.
episode with a swear word in the title, and it had like significantly less downloads than all of their other episodes.
That's right, because I guess you have like the podcast feed, like where's the podcast you're subscribed to pop up, and you're anyways. He's fucking around. He's like trying to like bounce it around. He lifts it with one hand, but he loses his balance, and the ball actually bounces on the floor and smashes through the roof. The ball bounces all over the place. It knocks down a shit ton of historical exhibits, including the giant house of cards and a couple of other things. And it crashes into a food truck, I believe. Is that what happens? Yeah, it crushes a food cart. It crushes a food cart. I'm telling you, I can't paraphrase this shit. Like random information just like sticks out to me.
You gotta listen. If you cannot paraphrase the wiki as you go, you have to take extensive notes as you watch the episode. It's gotta be one of those two.
So that is part of my routine. However, we watched this episode before we
that became part of your routine.
Yes, and I watched Kevin 11 thinking. Well, and it ended up being true. But like I was gonna do the clown one, so I was gonna do Last Laugh, so I took all the notes and shit, and you were gonna do Kevin 11. So okay. I didn't take notes for that one. So I have an excuse this time.
Gotcha.
Okay. But yeah, they're like, oh shit. Fuck. Damn, bro. And then all of a sudden they're sitting there and a charge, like a little electrical spark from the Omnitrix, is drawn into the ball. And they're thinking about like what they're gonna say to Grandpa. And Ben is like, oh, we should play dumb. And then Gwen is like, no, we need to tell the truth or whatever. And then inside the hotel room, it appears that the entire room has turned on its side, including the beds and floor. When Max comes in to ask how their day went, Gwen immediately shifted her behavior to be evasive at what just happened. Ben covers her by saying they had a great time. They had a ball with it. And he can't wait to check out the bathroom. Back at the rubber band ball, the charge has spread all over its surface. It's like it's all over the place, and essentially the bolt reviews its a bolt escapes the ball and reveals itself to be a tiny yellow creature.
Whoa.
It laughs and it's like hee hee hee, and it starts running around. Ben and Gwen are like sleeping, and Grandpa Max is like feeling that something's wrong. And when he wakes up, Ben and Gwen literally fall out of their beds, and Gwen immediately assumes that they're in trouble. Ben tells her to continue lying about the incident, but Max Max calls them out, which continues to put more stress onto Gwen. When they go outside, they notice the entire city has been trashed, far more than what Four Arms had caused. Max comments that it looks like a tornado hit the place, and Ben thinks it's a good thing. Max then sparks up his suspicions, but Gwen helps to get rid of them. It's basically when there's like a murder mystery, and they're like, "Good, he deserved it." The mayor comes to say, like, he's like, I know who did it, and Max opens up his suspicions towards them again. And then the mayor says that something else did it, which removed his suspicions. Max asks who did it, and the little creature appears, hangs around Ben and Gwen, making silly faces and poses, and pulls Gwen's shirt over her head. It leaves, and the mayor says, It's a megawatt. Also, he has a very gay accent, by the way, this mayor.
He does have that like strong gay accent.
He has like a gay and southern accent. It's cool. I fuck with it. Gay accents are underrated. Yeah, he's like, it's a megawatt. And they're like, what? I think somebody says mega what? Because it's funny because it sounds like megawatt.
Whoa!
Oh my god. Why do I have to describe the rest of this plot? The fucking megawatts go around causing trouble and they figure out how to kill them. And yeah, the end. Bye. Over.
Whoa,
End of story.
Hey, whoa.
Okay, so the mayor is like, okay, it's y'all's fault that the megawatt is free, right? So they're like, it's your job to stop these. Wait a minute. When does it become multiple? Does it just like shadow clone itself?
It does at some point shadow clone itself.
So
yes.
so like essentially the mayor is like, yes, it's your guys' responsibility. You'd better take care of this megawatt problem. And he literally sits down in his chair and starts eating fucking popcorn. And they're like, well, I guess we're gonna have to figure this out. So at some point they're, fighting the megawatt in ways, trying to catch it, but nobody can get it. It keeps on causing havoc and just like blowing shit up. The world's largest bottle of ketchup overflows, and then a giant chicken's head is cut off. It looks like Upgrade rolls up on the rubber ball and sends pieces of rubber band flying in every direction, which causes even more damage. Gwen yells at him, yet the mayor is intentionally calm, watching all of what's going on. Just sitting there watching. It's a really bizarre scene. Just megawatts and Ben tearing the fucking city apart. Like, I don't know.
Ben's trying to stop the megawatts as they tear the city apart.
But while causing damage, while also tearing the city apart by trying to stop them from tearing the city apart.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, that happens. That shit like turns into like shadow clones, bro. There's like 50,000 megawatts. Then
shadow clone jutsu.
Yeah, they start coming out of like all like the power lines and the telephone lines, and they gain like a huge amount of energy and continue to fuck around. They fuck around with they explode cars and shit. Goddamn fire hydrant, the world's largest toothpicks. Oh, the megawatts afterward get to the RV and wrote "You am lame" on the side of it, as well as smiley faces. And then
am lame.
You am lame. I can't believe
I can't believe me am lame.
I can't believe I are lame. I can't believe I are lame. It's fucked up.
Damn it.
Gwen looks up and looks at the world's largest fishbowl, which gives her and Ben an idea.
Who's Ben's idea?
Give me a second. I'm trying to read but I don't have the mental capacity to do that. Bro, this shit is fucking confusing. Bro, I'm done with this fucking wiki shit, bro. It's like literally written so confusingly. They have the weirdest details.
Gotta stop fixating on that shit.
They what Ben does is he turns into Heat Blast and he traps them in the world's giant fish, the world's biggest fishbowl, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, they trap him in the world's largest fishbowl.
Fair.
And then Heat Blast turns back into Ben. The mayor thanks them for defeating the megawatts, and they turn the megawatt prison into a giant light bulb. He's like, everything will be all right if the people mind the signs.
Yeah, all you gotta do is mind the fucking signs.
And the sign states, in case of emergency, do not break glass.
That's
And then yeah,
cute. I like
and that's
that.
it. That's the end of the episode. Holy shit, I'm awful at this. I quit the
Yeah.
show. It's over.
Damn it. Fuck.
Oh fuck, bro. I wish I had $7 right now. Damn.
Well,
That's
Ellie,
crazy, dog.
I guess you have to be my co-host now.
Yeah. All right,
Delete
but really,
Demigloom.
let's talk about this episode.
Uh-huh.
What is there to say? I didn't like this episode personally.
I mean, it was average. It was your run of the mill Ben 10 and friends run into a problem and they fight the problem and they solve the problem.
I give it a solid like.
Whoa, hold on. Who's your favorite character?
Favorite character? Definitely the mayor. I feel like in these Ben 10 episodes, like my favorite character is just gonna consistently be like the new, like funny character that's introduced in this episode.
That's dumb.
What do you mean that's dumb?
Sometimes it's gotta be like Ben, you know?
Yeah, sometimes, but like Ben 10 is consistently like introducing new and interesting characters.
Maybe.
More so than like other fucking cartoons. Like they'll spend like an entire season on like one villain, which is not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like sometimes you need to like really develop I guess hero villain relationship, if we can call it that.
Yeah.
And other times introducing a shit ton of villains it works. And they still have Vilgax, you know what I mean? But aside
Yeah, I mean
from
that's
him,
that's how you do shit like this. Like every like famous superhero has like their rogues gallery, but then they kind of have like the main enemy. Like Batman has like all the crazy people, like the Penguin and Two-Face and Riddler and shit. But like the Joker is the main bad guy, and then Spider-Man, you get this whole crazy rogues gallery. But like a lot of the time, either Green Goblin or Doctor Octopus are like the main bad guy, and then there's just like this rogues gallery that's around them.
I never understood that. Like Venom is like clearly like worthy of being the main bad guy of Spider-Man.
Well, the thing about Venom is like he's very contained within his own arc in a lot of Spider-Man stories, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, my favorite character was okay. Well, I guess this was several characters, but they didn't have distinct personalities. Whatever.
What, the megawatts?
The megawatts.
Yeah.
I love the megawatt shenanigans. They were having the grand old time, and I was here for it. They're funny guys.
They are pretty silly guys.
They're silly, lackey little guys.
Does Ben ever transform into a megawatt throughout the series?
I believe. Okay, I've read about this. There is Ben 10 does turn into a megawatt. However, I believe
This is Omniverse, right?
I believe it was just Ben 10,000.
Uh,
And I think it was in the original series, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Hold
Well,
on,
there's
I can
only
look this
one.
up.
There's
I
only
know-
one Ben 10,000 episode.
His name is Buzzshock, and I can look it up. Hold on. Buzzshock's the Nosedenian from Nosedine Quasar. I'm trying to figure this shit out. In Max's Monster. Okay, yeah, I guess it is an Omniverse.
But
I
it's
could
been
s-
10,000?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Wait.
Wait, Buzzshock is a different alien, isn't he?
No, Buzzshock is one of these guys. Okay, he's only an alien in Ben 10,000 up until Omniverse when normal Ben uses him.
Ah, got it.
Which makes it weird that he is in the Ultimate Alien opening.
Really?
Yeah, because the Ultimate Alien opening like shows every alien Ben has ever been, Buzzshock included.
Huh. I guess I have one last question before we rate it out of 10. One
Yeah.
last topic of discussion. The mayor dude seemingly knows a bit about the megawatts. How do you think I guess he obtained them in a way, like he held them prisoner inside of the rubber band, right? Like
Yeah.
does he like know aliens and shit? Like is he an alien person?
Maybe. Who
It's
knows?
like I have a lot of questions about like this guy and his background. And obviously this is just a one-off, like one episode character, so we really don't. I'm sure the creators don't even like haven't even thought about it. Or I'm sure I'm not saying they haven't thought about it, but I'm sure there's no like actual canon.
Hmm.
All right.
Oh,
Rated out of
apparently,
10.
but I just want to say that, by the way, same exact situation for Arctiguana, where Ben 10,000 uses him in the original series, and then
Doesn't Ben
Ben.
get Arctiquana from Ben 10,000?
No. Ooh, maybe? Okay.
I'm pretty sure he gets Artiguana because he's like
No, because he never uses him again until Omniverse. Ben 10,000 appears in the original Ben 10, he uses Arctiguana,
no, Artiguana
and then he never
appears in
reappears. And then in
he
Ultimate
does
Alien,
reappear.
another Ben 10,000 uses Arctiguana. And then he never reappears in Ultimate Alien. And then in Omniverse, normal Ben becomes him.
No, that's not true.
I'm literally on the wiki page for Arctiguana looking at a list of his appearances.
I guess I'll have to take your word for it.
He's in the original Ben 10 series, he's in Ben 10,000. He's in Ken 10, which I guess is like an evil Ben who has these aliens. um, and then he's in Ben 10,000 Returns and Ultimate Alien, and that's it. And then he's in a couple Omniverse episodes.
Does Ben 10,000 appear in fucking Alien Force?
I believe there is. I believe every Ben 10 series has at least one Ben 10,000 episode, Alien Force included.
Okay.
Let me look it up to be sure. Ben 10,000 Alien Force. Well, I don't see it, so it might not be.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess it's only the 3 times original series, Ultimate Alien, and Omniverse.
I had a gut feeling that I had a gut feeling that the whole like bringing Ben 10,000 back every series like wasn't conceptualized until Ultimate Alien. But I mean, don't people also like count Ultimate Alien and Alien Force as the same thing
They
in
usually
some
refer to
regards?
it as like it's an era, and they're both part of that era.
They're like different shows, but it's not like Ultimate Alien was like
No,
really like
Ultimate, they're different shows, but they're really not. Like Ultimate Alien was a rebrand for marketing. They added the Ultimate Aliens, but other than that, still the same show, still the same status quo.
yeah.
Literally just fucking season 5 and 6 of Alien Force,
Yeah.
or 4 and 5. I think there was 3 seasons of Alien Force.
I mean, it's a sequel, right? It takes place right after Alien Force.
Yes,
Yeah. It's just a continuation. It's just it's just a rebrand.
a rebrand for marketing purposes, where they added a
Yeah.
gimmick also for marketing purposes. But the gimmick is
Right.
not even utilized that much. The Ultimate Aliens really don't play as big of a role in Ultimate Alien as you would think.
Yeah. But anyways, I think it's time to rate the episode out of 10, right?
Yeah, and for me, that is a 7. This is an average Ben 10 episode.
I'm gonna give it a 5.5 out of 10. No, I'll give it a 6.
Fair. At least it gets a passing grade.
Yeah, it does get a passing grade. It's not bad. And I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Hell yeah. You thoroughly enjoyed it and it gets a 6 out of 10. Damn.
I just think other Ben 10 episodes are simply much better.
Fair enough. All right, gamers. Well, that's our show. Thank you for listening. Hey, Demigloom, where can our
Yeah.
listeners find you?
You can find me at Demigloom, or just look up Demigloom on any app you have. And as long as they're not advocating for like misogynist like genocide of women, it's me. There's one guy that likes to pretend to be me on social media platforms who likes to advocate for like violence and shit, but that's not me.
It's actually just a cover up. It is her.
Yeah. I don't think looking up Demigloom gets any of that shit, but like I just say that just in case one of Dark Sapo's accounts
One
pops
of
up when
Dark
someone looks up
Sapo's
Demigloom.
account.
He has like a shit ton of
Dark Sapo DM'd me and asked if he could be in a Let's Play for Halloween.
for Halloween specifically.
I think that's what he said. I can pull up the DM.
Are you gonna let him?
Yes, of course.
Is this gonna happen?
I don't know. We haven't talked about it since he brought it up. He said hi, and I said no. That was last year. And then this year, he DM'd me, "Can I play with you as a Halloween special?" And I said yes, LOL. And then he just responded with like weird spaced out text. He tried to say "play with a Demigloom" in like weird spaced out text, but he accidentally misspelled "with" or like fucked up the letters.
Yeah.
It's IWTH instead of WITH. So there you go,
Typical
folks.
least strange Dark Sapo interaction. Most normal Dark Sapo interaction.
What a guy, that Dark Sapo.
Yeah.
To its Demigloom. 40 years for. I love Dark Sapo so much.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
But alright, gamers, you can find me. Let's go to anchor.fm/Riely Megafeed. It's not an active place, but it's got years worth of podcasts you can listen to, and in the links in the description of the feed is everything else I do, or I can't. I keep accidentally saying everything else I can do. No. I could do plenty of things, but these are the things that I do. You can go click on them and shit. Listen to the Issue Crew is the main thing. I don't give a shit about anything else. Go to anchor.fm/Issue Crew or search the Issue Crew on YouTube. It's our new show. It's me and Demigloom and 5 of our closest internet friends. And every week we get together. We don't all get together every week, but like every week an amount of us get together and we talk about a topic. And it's pretty based. And you should check it out, Ellie, specifically.
We have 6 hosts. It's crazy.
Yeah, 7. What do you mean 6?
You know what I mean, Riely.
Stop it.
By the time this comes out, we'll have 6 hosts, okay?
Not true. But alright, gamers. Thank you for listening. And we will see you next time. Oh shit, for Omnitrix Radio, I've been Riely. Oops.
I've been Demigloom. Bye.
Bye.